everyone, and welcome to my New Zealand trip. So, it doesn't look like it here, but I was actually very nervous to be abroad all by myself. At the clinic in Auckland, I was working with Dr. Sue and the cardiology team where we saw a lot of cases, but I'll only show you a few. First up is Leah, a dog who was feeling quite sick, so we worked her up for endocarditis. Turns out she looked okay, but we did see some spontaneous echocardiographic contrast, or smoke, which in dogs is usually indicative of systemic inflammation, not necessarily a heart issue, which you can see in her ventricles. In contrast, here we have Miso, who unfortunately did have extensive HCM, the most common heart disease in cats. We can also see that smoke in her heart, which in cats is more malignant finding. On to my first weekend, I figured out how to use the bus and made it to the Auckland Zoo. New Zealand has very little land mammals, which means many birds evolved to be flightless, like this cute Kia here. After that, I hiked up to Mount Eden, a dormant volcano, which used to be home to a village of the native Maori people and is considered a sacred place. To end the weekend, I made a day trip to Hobbiton where they filmed all the Lord of the Rings movies. In the second week, we saw Nero for a left apical systolic murmur, which usually means mitral valve disease in cavaliers. Then we had an interesting case of a dog with AFib, which you can see by the very irregular rhythm on his ECG. Dr. Sue decided to electrocardiovert him back to sinus rhythm, which was a super cool thing to see. For my second weekend, my friend from home joined me and we took a 4-hour bus to a beach town called Paihia. Here you can visit the historical Waitangi Treaty grounds where the native Maori people signed a treaty with the British Crown, considered New Zealand's founding document. They also have on display a Maori war canoe, an example of a vessel that would be used by a tribe during war or for ceremonial purposes. We took a boat to see the Hole in the Rock, a place Maori people would take their canoes before setting out to catch a drop of water from the ceiling for good luck. Finally, we ended our weekend trip with a 5-kilometer walk to the stunning Hairuru Falls. My final week at the clinic brought Cisco, a younger Chihuahua who unfortunately had advanced mitral valve disease. You can see the chambers of his heart are much larger than they should be, giving him a unique murmur with a gallop sound that you can hear here. Then I got to practice doing my own echocardiogram on this super sweet kitty before going into my final weekend in Auckland. I was clearly feeling more confident traveling abroad into the Auckland sky jump from the highest building in Auckland, the Sky Tower. So, moral of the story, taking the leap and traveling abroad was super worth it and an unforgettable experience. Thank you so much to Global Programs and to the donors for making this trip happen.